And lastly, did you receive any additional evidence for you to perform some examination on?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
I received two 40 Smith & Wesson caliber semi-automatic pistols to test fire and then to compare against the submitted fired evidence.
Okay. And did you test fire, and from those weapons you received, did you perform test fires on those?
I did.
And did you take those casings and match to those 15 that we just talked about there?
No, those the casings were identified to the same unknown firearm. Both firearms were eliminated as having fired those the casings.
And did you receive those firearms subsequent to your analysis on those 15 casings?
Yes, I believe I received the firearms in early January of 2023.
Okay.
It was the last submittal I've had of these three.
Did you author a report indicating that opinion as well?
I did.
Or may I approach? Showing you what's been marked as People's 169. You recognize that?
Yes, yep. This is a copy of the report I authored on the comparison of the two firearms.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, move for admission of 169.
No objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing else.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Charlton.
Good afternoon.
It's always a pleasure to see you. On your, let me ask you this: on your curriculum vitae, it indicates under number 21 and number 30 that you have training in gunpowder and gunshot residue. Is that correct?
Yes, collection of.
Okay. So today you've talked about how a semi-automatic firearm operates, correct?
Yes.
And you talked about the pressure involved where the casing is blown back and ejected from the port.
Yes.
All right. When that pressure comes back, blows the casing out of the port, is there any type of gunshot residue or powder that also is blown back or is expelled from the firearm?
There could be. There's a little bit of it that comes out of the ejection port. The majority of it goes out of the muzzle, but there could be some that comes out of the ejection port,
Okay.
yes.
Would that, if somebody was firing a firearm and doing it multiple times, perhaps 14 times, would that be more likely that there may be some gunshot residue that might be blowing back or coming back on the person firing the weapon?
It's a possibility.
Okay. I know when I go to the gun range and shoot, oftentimes I have to wash it off of me and my hair and my face. So it's a common type of thing. Or how often would you say it occurs that the gunshot residue goes onto somebody?
Semi-automatic weapons are a little different because the ejection port is not real large and it's not open for a very long time. When the slide comes back and then comes forward again, it's just a fraction of a second. So there could be some residue that escapes from there. Like you said, a majority of it comes out of the muzzle. Different other than just with like a revolver. A revolver is a very dirty weapon, so you can get all kinds of residue on your hands or arm from firing something like that. And
would the gunshot residue, assuming it gets blown back, would that adhere to skin and clothing, or one or the other, or both?
You can do both.
Okay, thank you. You've also been trained in bloodstain pattern, advanced bloodstain interpretation, and shooting scene reconstruction. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So,
He's coming. He's coming. Court. He's in Baker Downs.
did it for a long time.